Mia was curled up on the couch in the living room, which was bathed in the warm glow of the afternoon sun streaming through the open windows. The soft hum of distant lawnmowers drifted in with the breeze, mingling with the faint scent of freshly cut grass. Summer had always been Mia's favorite time of year, but this summer felt different. Having just completed her first year of college at 19, Mia finally had a well-deserved break from the hustle of campus life. No early classes, no midnight cramming for exams, just freedom and quiet days to recharge. But alongside this newfound calm, there were changes Mia was still adjusting to. Namely, Jake. Jake, her stepbrother, had entered her life last year when her mom remarried. He was 2 years older, confident, and surprisingly easygoing. Mia still remembered how awkward their first few family dinners had been, filled with polite small talk and long silences. Their relationship had been cordial but distant, like two people sharing the same space without knowing how to bridge the gap. But today felt different. Mia could hear Jake rummaging in the refrigerator, his occasional muttered complaints about the lack of snacks echoing through the house. Curious, she pushed herself off the couch and wandered into the kitchen. Jake was standing in front of the open fridge, a towel slung casually over his shoulder, dressed in a plain white t-shirt and basketball shorts. He looked up when Mia entered, smirking as if he'd caught her in some unspoken game. "What are you doing?" Mia asked, leaning against the doorway with a raised eyebrow. "Trying to figure out what to eat," Jake replied, shutting the fridge with an exaggerated sigh. "This place is a snack desert," Mia grinned. "Maybe because you eat everything Mom buys within 2 days." Jake shot her a mock glare. "I'm a growing man. I need fuel." "Pretty sure you're done growing," Mia teased, stepping into the kitchen. "Need help finding food?" "Absolutely," Jake replied, his smirk softening into a grin. "Maybe with your expert culinary skills we can make something halfway decent." Mia rolled her eyes but laughed. Together, they began combing through the pantry and fridge, tossing around suggestions that ranged from ridiculous to inspired. "Cereal for dinner?" Jake offered. "We're not savages," Mia shot back. Finally, they landed on tacos. "Tacos are elite," Jake said proudly as he pulled out ingredients. "And I'm in charge of the stove." Mia raised an eyebrow. "You can actually cook?" "Prepare to be amazed," Jake said, grabbing a frying pan. "You're looking at the unofficial taco king of this household." "We'll see about that," Mia said with mock skepticism, crossing her arms as she leaned against the counter to watch. Jake worked with surprising confidence as he browned the meat and prepared the toppings. Mia found herself unexpectedly entertained, tossing out commentary like a TV cooking show host. "And here we see the Taco King, hard at work," she narrated in a dramatic voice. "Will his masterpiece live up to expectations, or will he burn the house down?" "Hilarious," Jake shot back, tossing a slice of tomato at her. Mia squealed and dodged, only to retaliate with a sprinkle of shredded cheese. "Food fight?" Jake challenged, laughing. "You'd lose," Mia teased, holding up a spoonful of sour cream threateningly. All right, truce." Jake raised his hands in mock surrender, still chuckling. When dinner was finally ready, they set up at the kitchen table. Plates piled high with tacos, Mia took her first bite and paused. "Okay," she admitted reluctantly. "These are actually really good." "Told you," Jake said smugly, taking a triumphant bite of his taco. For the next half hour, they ate, traded stories, and joked back and forth like old friends. Mia found herself laughing more than she had in weeks, and it occurred to her how easy it was to talk to Jake when she let her guard down. When dinner was done and dishes were half-heartedly piled into the sink, they migrated back to the living room. Jake grabbed the remote and plopped onto the couch, stretching out comfortably. "Movie time?" he asked, flipping through streaming options. Mia sat cross-legged on the opposite end of the couch, hugging a throw pillow. "Depends on what you pick. If you pick a horror movie, I'm leaving." "Scared?" Jake teased. "I'd rather sleep tonight, thanks." Mia shot back, though she smiled. After a brief argument and a lot of sarcastic commentary, they settled on a classic comedy. The movie was one of those over-the-top, laugh-out-loud ones, the kind you could never get tired of rewatching. Within minutes, the room was filled with their laughter. Jake had a loud, contagious laugh that made Mia giggle harder whenever he cracked up. At one point, when an especially ridiculous scene played, Mia was laughing so hard she couldn't breathe. "Are you okay over there?" Jake asked, gasping between his own laughs. I can't, Mia wheezed, clutching her stomach. Stop laughing! You're going to pass out at this rate, Jake teased, tossing a pillow at her. It bounced off her arm, and she grabbed it to hurl it back at him. Soon they were in a full-on pillow fight, swatting at each other while still cracking up. You started it, Mia accused, trying to dodge Jake's gentle swings. You're the one with terrible aim, Jake shot back, laughing as Mia pelted him with a pillow that missed by a mile. Eventually they called a truce, collapsing back onto the couch, out of breath but grinning ear to ear. Man, I haven't laughed that hard in forever, Jake said, shaking his head as he wiped his eyes. You're ridiculous, Mia grinned. Takes one to know one. They settled back in to finish the movie, the energy in the room relaxed and comfortable. For Mia, it felt like a turning point. It wasn't just that they were having fun, it was that they were finally starting to feel like family. As the credits rolled, Jake stretched his arms with an exaggerated yawn. Well, we survived one movie. Ready for another before Mom gets back? Mia shot him a look of mock disbelief. You're trying to give me movie fatigue. It's called a movie marathon, Jake said matter-of-factly, and you can't stop halfway. Fine, Mia said, grabbing the remote from him with a sly grin. But I'm picking this time. Uh-oh, Jake muttered. Mia scrolled through the options before selecting a goofy animated movie, the kind Jake would never admit to liking but secretly enjoyed. When the opening credits began to roll, he groaned dramatically. Seriously, this? It's a classic, Mia insisted, smirking. Whatever you say, Jake sighed, but he settled in all the same. Halfway through the movie, the unmistakable sound of a car pulling into the driveway made both of them sit up. Mom's back, Mia whispered. Jake shot her a mischievous look. Quick, clean up! Hide the popcorn bowl! Why do we need to hide anything? Mia asked, laughing as she scooped up the blanket and empty snack bags. It's more fun this way, Jake replied, grinning as he fluffed the couch pillows and tossed one at Mia. When their mom walked in, she stopped in her tracks, surveying the scene. Jake standing innocently by the couch, Mia perched, cross-legged on the floor with the remote. What happened here? Their mom asked, raising an eyebrow. Movie night, Jake said smoothly. And tacos for dinner, Mia added, flashing her best innocent smile. Their mom shook her head, laughing softly. You two are unbelievable. I leave you alone for a few hours and you turn the house into a theater and a kitchen mess. We cleaned up, Jake argued, though his grin betrayed him. Mostly, Mia added with a snicker. Their mom sighed with amusement and headed toward the kitchen. As soon as she disappeared from view, Jake turned to Mia with a triumphant grin. Quick, sister, he said in a mock whisper. One more time before Mom finds the taco mess. Mia burst out laughing, shaking her head. You're impossible. And you love it, Jake shot back, flopping onto the couch. As Mia settled in next to him for the rest of the night, she realized something. For the first time since their families had merged, this house, this life felt like home. And Jake? He was family now, in every goofy, chaotic, and unexpected way. It was going to be a good summer.